a question still remains. Can they free the Knave of Hearts? Or he'll remain in prison? With the White Rabbit, juries, witnesses, and the Queen of Hearts. This is the Queen of Words game.
Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could, if I only knew how to begin.
Who are you?
My name is Alice. I hardly know, sir. Just at present, at least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I think I must have been changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I can't understand it myself to begin with, and being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet, but when you have to turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know, and then after that into a butterfly. I should think you'll feel it a little queer, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is, it would feel very queer to me.
You, who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are, first.
Why? Come back, Alice. I've something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you think you're changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I can't remember things as I used to be, and I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together.
Can't remember what things?
Well, I've tried to say how doth the little busy bee, but it all came different.
Repeat. You are old, Father William.
You are handsome and young, Grandfather William.
I can see you're trying to invent something. I am sure those are not the right words. Again, you are old, Father William.
You are handsome and young, Father William.
That is not said right.
Not quite right, I'm afraid. Some of the words have got altered.
It is wrong from beginning to end. And who are these?
How should I know? It's no business of mine. Why, they're only a pack of cards, after all. I needn't be afraid of them.
What size do you want to be?
Oh, I'm not particular as to size. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know.
I don't know.
When one wasn't always growing larger and smaller, you know, that sort of life.
Shall you never get older that you're now?
That'll be a comfort. One way, be a good little girl and never to be an old woman. Oh, I shouldn't like that it is unrealistic, but then, always to have lessons to learn and work hard to attain your goals in life.
Very well said.
I could tell you my adventures, beginning from this morning, but it's no use going back to yesterday, because I was a different person then.
Silence all round, so that we shall start the trial game. The last witness who will play the game is Alice.
What a curious feeling. I must be shutting up like a telescope, but it's no use now to pretend to be two people. I must do good and make things right to make one respectable person.
Before we start, let's do a recap. Who already played the Queen of Words game? First Hatter, second March Hare, third Dormouse, fourth Cheshire Cat, fifth Owl, sixth and last Alice. Let's start. I will ask you 20 riddles and you have 5 seconds each to think for the answer. And the answer are displayed in the square hearts to be used in the next round. Answer me this. What is like the two clearest things on earth yet far beyond them?
The diamond is like ice and glass, and often might for either pass. Yet as a gem of noble birth, it far surpasses both in worth. Even so a noble heart we prize, or a men who like him in our eyes. True faith all things doth go beyond, and is the spirit diamond.
Who was cradled in a snow-white coffin yet never buried?
The bird or fowl, whate'er it be, born in a snow-white egg we see, which coffin-like doth hold them well, until 'tis time to peck the shell. And when their life hath reached its span times, they're eaten up by beast or man.
Who is the grim and fierce watchman who slays and devours thieves, who dread him more than anyone on earth, yet is dearly loved by every little child, who fears him not?
'Tis the cat, who in a house, slays and eats both rat and mouse, but though to them so fierce and wild, is loved by every little child. Thus to kingside have it come, feared abroad, yet loved at home.
Who is it whose name is a byword for folly yet, by whom all wisdom is made known unto man?
The squalling goose, with flapping wing, is always called a foolish thing, a blundering bird, of little wit, yet with its quills all books are writ, for every word of wisdom still is written with the grey goose quill.
Where are the people so cruel that they cannot dance with joy, unless someone is beaten and cries?
Where the tambourine they beat, maidens dance with fluttering feet, to the merry drum they bound, which, till 'tis beaten, gives no sound, and in many things, I wis, many men are like to this.
By my faith, 'tis a good tale and well moralized. What is ever rising, ever going up on a mountainside, yet which never gets nearer to the top?
A tree upon the mountainside grows high and spreads its branches wide, thus certainly, before our eyes, upon the mount the tree doth rise, perhaps unto a height sublime, still going upward all the time, but though it grow, or if it stop, 'tis never nearer to the top, thus many grow, yet all in vain, for what they seek they ne'er attain.
I wonder whether I am really nearer to the top of this hill of riddles than I was when I began. What are the horned cattle which climb trees and walls, where no goat could go, yet which are without feet?
Without a foot, without a tail, and yet with horns we see the snail, browsing and rocking at its case, upon the tops of lofty trees, for well we know that sure and slow, doth often to the highest go.
Riddles 90 and 9. Have I asked that much riddles? Now we have come to the last, and for my last question. It's a reward, you are all pardoned, and the effect of the potion is already reversed and no need to speak in rhymes. And because the last square hearts is a reward, you are granted immunity for the next round, so you no longer need to form sentences using all the words, but you have to play the final round in order to obtain the key to free the Knave of Hearts.
To be continued. Thank you for watching the Queen of Words game.